What is up, everyone? Today is September 17th, 18th, I think. Um, Deer season's closing in fast, and super excited about it. Figure I'd just maybe give you a little backstory about me. Um, so I've hunted and fished my entire life. My dad actually used to own a bow and bait shop here in Lincoln, Illinois. And so since a young age, I've just been around it a long time. When I was about, 4 or 5, he ended up selling that business. But I still continued to, obviously not at 4, I wasn't shooting a bow. I mean, maybe a little kid one, but, at 4 or 5, I was getting into hunting a lot. So I deer hunted with a bow and shotgun. Pretty much all the way up until, I don't know, a year or so after my senior year of high school. So 2012, 2013. And unfortunately, we just kind of lost our spots to hunt. Here in central Illinois, it's really hard to keep a good spot. So lost my spot, and I kind of just didn't give up. I just kind of quit bow hunting and deer hunting like altogether. Started waterfowl hunting a lot, which I still very much enjoy. So beginning of last year, let's say, maybe not, yeah, I would say beginning of September actually. My buddy Dusty, he was out. I just kind of called him, seeing what was up. He's like, "Oh, I'm just out shooting my bow." So I was like, you know what, I'll come out and hang out for a little bit. So I came out, and he asked me if I wanted to shoot his bow a couple times, so I did. And for some odd reason, it just like brought back so many memories. So it's like, you know what, I'm gonna start going and door knocking. Might hunt a couple public places, but first of all, I had to get myself a bow. My dad had an old Bowtech Tomcat, I think it was called. I used that and actually killed 2 deer with it. But I just decided I wanted to get something better, and these new bows are pretty, not only are they cool looking, they're so fast and quiet and everything now. So actually, another funny story, my buddy Christian and I, we worked together, and I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna buy a new bow today. And he's like, you know what, I'm going to too. So I actually ordered it off eBay. And at first I wasn't super pleased with it, but after getting the correct arrows and getting everything lined out, paper tuned, just new strings, I've actually grown to fall in love with it, and I'm getting very, very comfortable. I'm not a professional. I just been coming out, if I don't shoot here, I'll shoot at my house. I at least try and get 25 to 200 arrows in. It just kind of depends on how much time I have that night. So I figured I would kind of show you guys what my setup is going to be per se. And it's taken me a little bit to because there's so much to dig through: arrows and sights and strings and bows and poundage and draw length, let off percentage. It was all just, there was so much to digest. And so this is what I have come up with. And I want to thank Trenton Crumpler for helping me out. He actually got these arrows for me and fletched them and put wraps and everything on them. So still waiting on the lighted nocks. I haven't decided what brand, color, whatever I want to go with, but I figured I'd just show you guys kind of what I got going on for this year. So I'll just start with the bow. It's a Mathews Phase 4. Hopefully you guys can see it. Over the winter, I had some new strings put on it, threads strings. I'm shooting a black gold single pin sight, which I'm not fully sold on. I ran into an instance last year where the deer were coming out. I knew it was 25, 26 yards. And had my pin set for 25. So by the time I had drawn back and got on, it was a doe. But by the time I drew back and got on her, she had moved. She was pretty much right underneath me. So she was, 10, 12 yards maybe. And it wasn't a big deal. I just aimed a little low, but I didn't really like, short distance, it's probably not going to really matter at all. If they get below that 20-yard mark, you're just going to have to aim low anyway. But, when they get to the 25, 30, 35, probably won't shoot a deer past 30 yards. Actually, my stands are set up to where I might be able to shoot 35, but I won't do that unless it's a dire situation. So it has the Mathews integrated rest on it. I'm running the, I think it's 12-inch, 8-inch stabilizer, I guess. And I actually took all the weights out of it. And the reason why I did that is because, and I'm still having some issues with it. When I get drawn back and get settled, it just feels like my bow wants to drop on me real bad. When I took the weights out, it did help quite a bit. I'm still struggling with it a little bit. I've been told, you can move your peep sight up or your D-loop up and help maybe pull kind of back and down on the bow maybe. I also have the UV, well, it's Chris B's, oh shoot, yeah, that thing. I'm just completely drew a blank. Grip. But I do have a Total Peep 10 degree on order. I'm just waiting for it to show up. So if you work for Total Peep, it'd be great because I ordered it like the 5th of September and it's been a while. Actually might have been before that. So that's the bow. I do have the, the integrated quiver, but usually when I might just, I'll put it on when I'm walking in, but I won't shoot with it on. So that is that. Another thing, I went with the Easton Axis long range, 4mm, 300 spine. I think these come out to right around 460 something grain. I am going to change the nock, so that's going to change it a little bit. But the funny thing is, and I don't know why, but like shooting 20 yards, it's good, but it seems like the further the target moves back, the better the accuracy gets. And I don't know why that would be. I'm not a bow specialist by any means, so but I have been keeping track of them. This is something I've watched a bunch of videos on, and it is kind of funny because I have 2 arrows that I've been keeping track of. Like this one is my really good one. They just seem to fly way better. Like they hit where I want them to. Don't know why, but one of these will be, my primary and secondary arrow to actually, shoot a deer with. So, haven't quite decided what I'm gonna do with broadheads yet. I've been using the Rages, the hypodermic 2 inches, and I've always loved the Rages. Never had an issue with them. I mean, they're just mean looking. I mean, I could not imagine that going through your body. But I am looking at the, I can't remember the name of them. But I'll probably stick with these for this year just because I have 3 or 4 or 5 of them. So yeah, that's it. Vortex binoculars and rangefinder. Not that really matters, but yeah. So I'm just trying to get into this thing, and you know, I know I'm not a professional, but I have learned a lot the past, I would say, year, really like diving deep into this stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna try to keep uploading some of this content and just kind of see where it goes. So I appreciate everyone, and leave a like, I guess follow me, I don't really know, but yeah, everyone have a good and safe hunting season. Don't forget to wear your harness, and always remember, live animals deserve respect too. So that's why I'm out here shooting every night, pretty much, you know, as much as I can, as many arrows as I can, to be ready. And put yourself in stressful situations too. Like, made a video of me shooting a target in the back of my truck at 30 yards. Not a big deal, but it does get your blood pumping, and it's not really close to, you know, pulling back on a big deer, but it's something, right? Just shooting at a target can get you get complacent and you forget how much of a stressful situation that is when, and it could just be a doe too. Like, it doesn't matter. Everyone knows you have deer coming, you know, blood starts pumping, you get the little shakes, and it's a good time. But thank you everyone, and I appreciate it.